Hello guys. In previous video, we discussed on the module 6 of the part 1, and in this video, we look into the module 7 part 1 and sections. So module 7, interview ability professional questions. Part 1, ability of truthful resume knowing. Section 1, about truthful resume knowing techniques. Section 2, flowchart of truthful resume knowing process. Section 3, explanation of flowchart on correct resume process. So in this video, we will cover the module 7, part 1, section 1, section 2, and section 3. So we'll move to the next slide. Module 7, interview ability, professional questions. Part 1, ability of truthful resume, knowing. Section 1, about truthful resume, knowing techniques. So section 1 is all about the candidate should think professionally and deliver the answer accordingly. The candidate will speak in front of the interview panel and explain their skills or experience with expert personalities. The interviewer will see the first personalities of the candidate, and she should be professional and formal looking as well to impress in the interview panel. The candidate will not think much or more before delivering the explanation to the interviewer. There should be quick response as possible early, but should not be wrong statement or misunderstanding for the topics or the subject. So section 1 is all talking about the expert personality delivered to the front of interview panel, and the candidate should be very causal and very professional and with the formal dress and formal behavior. And because the interviewer into panel will see that first impressions, your mindset, your uh, face postures, and your body language. So the candidate should be clear intention, should we act as a professionally, not personally to the any employee or to the any kind of a group of the interview people. And the candidate should we use the verb which will be very politely and calm to impress to the interviewer. And candidate should maintain the discipline about about the discipline of the behavior, and because as per the resume he mentioned, the interviewer will check it the resume and he will take out some of the point. In that point only he will be asking question to you, how much depth in your subject, how much deep you have learned from your skill and technology, that will be tested and checked by the interview panel. Now we'll go for the next slide for the section 2. Section 2, flowchart of truthful resume knowing process, thoughts of the professional level. Thoughts of the professional levels, how it will be your thoughts should be professional, should not be personal. So there are 4 categories are thoughts of the professional level, thinking in real scenarios. Mean that once any question is asking from the interview panel. It should be positive thinking toward the questions and to be replied as a calm and cool and confident level. Next is a body movement correctly. As you see that general person's body movement will be totally different. Who is the professional, their body language will be totally different. Way of speaking, eye contact, it will be very differ to the normal people. So the candidate should be expertise to understand the body movement correctly during the interview process. Third category is eye movement correctly. Eye movement correctly to be maintained by the candidate during the interview. The eye contact should not be forced and looking some persons or ignoring someone by the eye will lead the badly candidature to be rejected by the interview panel. Hand and head movement correctly. When you're trying to explain something to the interview panel, your head and your hand properly should be moved out. And if you are not moving your hand, if you are not moving your head, if you are not moving your eye, and you are speaking like a robot, it will be kind of bad impact, and that candidature can be rejected. So, as per your convenience, your body movement will be required, your posture will be required, your eye contact will be required whenever is necessary to be observed. Section 3 is about explanation of flowchart on correct resume process. The candidate should follow the main four categories while attending the interview. The first category is thinking in real scenario, means that the candidate should think about the real scenario of the current or existing experience of the employment. The second category is body movement. Correctly means that candidate while entering the room, the whole body will show towards the interview panel and it shows the body movement you are interested to apply for position of the employment. The third category is eye movement correctly, means that the candidate should look around at the interviewer and eye contact to communicate whenever required to the interviewer. The fourth category is hand and head movement correctly, which means that the candidate should move the hand or head as per the explanation delivered to the interviewer. The exact and proper hand and head movement can impress the interviewer very well to get selected the candidature in high chances from the interview panel. So it's all about that the interviewer will observe your thoughts of the professional level and he will verify and he will check your candidature in the professional perspective and he will go ahead with your resume and forward in the next level for the round or selection procedure. So now we'll move to the next slide. End of part. This is the model 7. We have covered interview ability, professional questions, and part 1 we have covered the ability of truthful resume, knowing we have completed section 1 about truthful resume, knowing techniques. We have completed section 2, flowchart or truthful resume, knowing process. Section 3, we have completed and covered the explanation of flowchart on correct resume process. So in this video, we have covered the module 7, part 1, section 1, section 2, and section 3. And in the next video, we'll be looking into the module 7 of the part 2 sections. Thank you.